Warm greetings, dear friends. Hope you're doing very well today. The last time we talked about communication, it was about completion of sentences. Let's talk about another aspect of communication. When it comes to communication, who can undermine and who can overlook the impact of the communicator's voice? The voice that coaxes, the voice that soothes, the voice that assures, the voice that coerces too. We all are aware of these impacts that a voice could have. But what about the written voice? Not heard of it? Strange? Surreal? Maybe an oxymoron? Well, just to recollect, let's go back to our old school days when our prim and proper English school teacher taught us the passive voice and the active voice too. She must have come with a sentence. Students, here I have sentences. Peter, you have hurt me. Miss, I didn't understand what you taught us. So she says, come on, change the voice. And you would say, Peter, you, instead of saying you have hurt me, you say, I have been hurt by you. Miss, you have not been understood. Okay, so now what has it changed? From Peter, you have hurt me, it's become Peter, I have been hurt. From Miss, I did not understand what you said, to Miss, you have not been understood. Has the meaning changed? Definitely not. But there is a very conspicuous shift. There has been a change in the impact. The shift from the subject or the doer to the action being performed. The action being performed is more important in the passive voice. The subject is very passive. If you look at newspaper reports, they often follow this pattern. Often we come across reports of something like this. The culprit was apprehended. The militants were gunned down. The terrorists were arrested. Friends, the reader is more concerned about the remedial measures being taken, whether the authorities have brought the miscreants to books. They are not particularly concerned about who did it. They are happy. What if we apply the same thing to our day-to-day life? Let me tell you an imaginary conversation I had with Sagar. I told Sagar, you kept me waiting yesterday. You did not inform me. You got me late. You ended up hurting me. I think we should have a talk. What would be Sagar's response? What would he feel? Guilty? Petulant? Any negative feeling he could feel, but definitely he would not be open to any kind of a discussion because you already branded him as 100% perpetrator of the crime. You have not given him any scope for any kind of talk. It's you, an accusatory you. But just in case, just imagine, you shift the same sentences this way. Sagar, I was kept waiting. I was not informed by you. I was made late. I was hurt, Sagar. Can we have a talk? What have we done? You have given him those tiny pockets of space where he could definitely think, okay, the person across, my friend, says, possibly I might have made a mistake, but he's also open to those factor number 1, factor number 2, factor number 3, factor number 4, which could have been possible. It's possible that these factors could have led to his feeling towards me. So possibly my friend says, I have been hurt. When he says that, it means maybe my perception, something could be right, wrong. Or if he says, I was not informed, maybe he's giving the benefit of doubt to the bad mobile network. Maybe Sagar made an attempt, but I couldn't hear. So in such a case, when you're not putting the accusatory you and putting it as an emphasis on the action, on being kept late or being kept waiting, so you're giving him that wonderful soul gets a benefit of doubt, then there is a possibility, there is a very strong possibility of dialogue. There is a very strong possibility of some kind of talk. Friends, we often come across such situations when it comes to interpersonal relationships, when it involves emotions, when it's all about what you would like to do than what you should do. It may not be applicable in a very professional setup when it comes to clear-cut objective work. Say your boss says, you have to do this by 5 p.m. Here it's very clear, it's your job because you are having the core competency to do such a job. So here the passive voice may not work. But when it comes to emotions, when it comes to building relationship, it's always better, especially in a very tight situation. It's very much essential for you to put things in a passive voice. Try this constantly, off and on. It requires a little bit of practice, but trust me, it does wonders to building up interpersonal relationships. Trust me.